Okay, perfect. In this case, let's continue. Auto part industry. It's quite interesting industry, and I'm sure everyone is familiar with that, especially if you're Russian, because in Russia it's still quite popular to repair your cars yourself. Maybe not as now, but like 20 years ago, it definitely was one of the popular entertainment for men. They would go to a garage and spend all evenings trying to repair their own car. Okay, the interesting thing that first of all that it's has a direct correlation with performance of automotive industry. Some companies have better correlation, some less correlation, and the reason for that is basically what kind of product they produce. Now, 2 months ago, we analyzed the company which was retailer and was selling auto parts as a retailer. These guys are manufacturers. Okay, they manufacture their product, and also you probably understand if they have direct correlation with automotive industry, performance of these companies might be affected by economical downturn, but not every company. Okay, and let's have a look just why it's happening. Now, I placed here 3 products. One is tire, and regardless how well you drive, regardless, everything, you still have to change your tires once in a while. So even if you don't buy a new car, you still have to change your tires. So those companies which are producing this type of products, replaceable, constantly replaceable, and require to renew the product, okay, they don't really affected by economical downturn. They will, as any other company, but still, if you need to change your tire, you have to change your tire regardless, okay, the economic situation. Now, some kind of parts, they could be both related to new cars and second-hand cars. So, for example, every new car has to have this part, but at the same time, if you crash and you hit some other car, you have to replace it. Okay, so some clients here are definitely factories which are producing, manufacturing cars, but also it might be as a second-hand market, I'd say. Okay, and then another type of product, which, for example, rear view mirror, most likely you're not going to change it ever. If you bought a car, it stays in the car until the car dies. Okay, in some cases, some people change the rear view mirror, but in some cases, most of the time, they not. And especially if you take into consideration, for example, seats. I don't think, at least I don't know any person who changed their seats after they purchased their car. They probably changed the car like together. Okay, and of course, companies which included in this industry, they manufacture different products. And if the company manufacture this type of products, we definitely know that, yeah. So could be, yeah, Dory. So, but that's the thing. If we invest in a company which manufacture parts which only applicable to new cars, in this case, you know that it definitely would be direct correlation with automotive industry and the amount of cars sold. Now, if you deal with this type of industries, which tires, you know that yes, it will be affected by like economical downturn, but at the same time, you know, if already car on the road, people still have to change tires. So it's more stable, probably, environment in this particular industry. Not specifically tires. Maybe we'll look at the other type of product, but because tires now are quite competitive in the sense that a lot of manufacturers in that area. Okay, but that's the major outlook of the industry, and I presume you agree with me if something like that happens. Okay.